Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Dr. Robinson here again, and we're going to continue our technology series using our Desmos calculator, scientific calculator, to convert between fractions and decimals. So let's get to it. First thing, there's some buttons you should know. First, the corner button, the fraction button on top right, A over B, that's how you would use your fractions if you wanted to get them in there. The other buttons you should know is the negative or minus button doubles for each other, as well as the addition and positive buttons double for each other. The equal button or enter button, I want to introduce another new button that's going to be really important with this topic. It's called the ANS, which is the show answer button. So whatever you type something in to the calculator, its memory keeps it. And if you press that button, ANS, show answer button, it will bring back the answer or whatever it was you just recently typed. So that's an important button we're going to use. So things you should note: type the problem exactly as shown. You're going to use that answer button a lot. So here we go. So our first question, we want to change to a decimal, -4 and 1800ths, and we also want to change it to an improper fraction, and we also want to change it to a mixed number in simplest terms. So our question is -4/18th, and that's over 100. So the first thing I'm going to do is change it to a decimal, and you're going to like how Desmos handles this. So let me go to the internet, get to my Desmos calculator, and type -4, and now I have to press the fraction button and type 18 in the numerator and 100 on the bottom in the denominator. Now I'm going to press enter. Hey, Dr. Rob, nothing happened. But yes, something did happen. It locked this mixed number into your calculator. If you press the show answer button, you'll see it pops up. And if you look at it, it not only popped up, press enter, it shows you what it is as a decimal. So you have just changed that fraction mixed number to a decimal, -4.18. All right. Now you want to change it next to a improper fraction. Well, there's a button right next to it, the answer, -4.18, that has a circle and it looks like a fraction button. It's called convert to fraction. If you depress that button, it'll take your answer and change it to a fraction. And there is our fraction, -209/50. So it took our mixed number, or our decimal, -4.18, and changed it to an improper fraction now. If you depress it again, it'll change it back to a decimal. So that's what's good about this calculator. It changes back and forth to a fraction or a decimal. So now we have our improper fraction. Now, how do we go from there back to a mixed number? And our mixed number was -4 and 18/100. So we want to go back to a mixed number, and hopefully it'll simplify, because I notice 18/100 should be simplified. So let's simplify it down to its lowest terms. So what do you do, Dr. Rob? Well, let me put this back as a decimal. I'm going to show that answer down here, and I want to just get rid of the -4. I want to put that to the side. It's the 0.18 that I need. So let me put the 0.18 in my calculator, because I know the first part of my number is -4. So the fractional part is the 0.18. If I type that into my calculator, oh, nothing happened when I press enter. But yes, something did happen. If you press show answer, there is your 0.18 in the calculator, and notice when we press enter, right next to it is the convert to fraction button, and it takes your 0.18 and changes it to 9/50th. So if you remember, we had 0.18 next to the -4. So now we have -4 with 9/50th instead of 18/100. So it reduced that fraction by dividing top and bottom by 2. So I reduced it down to its lowest term. So our answer would be -4 and 9/50th. So let me see if I can take a picture of this and bring it back with me so you can see what I did. All right. And let's go to here. So, and let's paste this. So let's paste this. A little bit big. A little big. Let's shrink that down. And put this over here. A little bit. Shrink it down a little more. Okay, good. All right, so we changed it to a decimal. There's our decimal. -4.18, we did. And we changed it to an improper fraction. And our improper fraction, I believe, was -209/50. I think we had that, so I'd have to go back to show it to you again. And then we got it down to simplest terms, and our simplest fraction was 9/50th, and we had -4, and there it is in simplest terms, -4 and 9/50th. So we did a nice job using our Desmos calculators. It only took us a few keystrokes, and one of the main one was show answer button. So that's a very good button to know. So I hope you understood what we just did. And if you're not sure, rewatch the videotape and write down your questions and send them to me. I'll be glad to answer them. Let's try one more. So 5 and 1/6. So we want to change that to a decimal, to an improper fraction, and then to a mixed number in simplest terms. All right, so let's get to our Desmos calculator, and our number is 5 and 1/6. So let's go. Let's clear all the stuff off of that Desmos calculator. And let's clear. So type 5 and our fraction button, 1, and go to the bottom, 6. And now let's press enter. Hey, Dr. Rob, nothing happened. Don't forget, it's in there. You got to press show answer. And there it is right there, all ready for you. Press enter now, and it turned it into a decimal for you. Wow, that's a lot of sixes, Dr. Rob. No problem. We can change that into a improper fraction by pressing that. There's our improper fraction, 31/6. So now we got our improper fraction, and if you want to turn it back, just click the button to change it back to a decimal so you can see what it looks like as a decimal. You can even go up here and change it to improper fraction also. So there's your improper fraction, and there is your decimal. Now what? Now wait a minute. We got all these sixes here. How do you type all of that in, Dr. Bob? Well, I'm going to show you a little trick. I'm going to take the answer, and I'm going to do an operation to the first number because I don't want the first number. I want just the stuff behind the decimal. So I'm going to use the additive inverse, which means the opposite of the first integer, the ones digit. So the opposite of +5 would be -5. So I'm going to -5, and look what happens. It gives me everything after the decimal point. Notice I don't have the 5 anymore, but I have the 1 and all those sixes and even a 7. That's the fractional part that I was interested in, because I know that that our first number was 5, but we wanted to know, what is this 0.66 stuff? So when we change it, it'll change it only into an improper fraction, but we need to know, what is that? Now, it was 1/6, but isn't that simplified? Yes, it is. It is simplified down to 1/6. So it was in simplest terms. So if we wanted to know what it was in simplest term as a mixed number in simplest terms, it'd be 5 and 1/6. So that's just a nice way of dealing with, uh, in case you get stuck with the number there that you have problems getting rid of. You could have typed it in, but sometimes that does not work. So I hope you enjoyed our video of using our Desmos calculator. And if you don't get it, rewatch the video, write down your questions, bring them in to me, write me, and I'll be glad to write you back. Here's one for you to do. Bring your answer in class. So you have 3 and 125 over 1,000. So see if you can change it to a decimal, improper fraction, and mixed number using your Desmos calculator. So I'm glad you were with me. Again, if you don't understand, watch the video again, because hopefully I didn't go too fast, but I wanted to make it a short video. There's also Dial a Teacher Homework Helpline at 212-777-3380, Monday through Thursdays, 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Give them a call. They're very nice people. Don't forget to watch my tutorial videos on YouTube. My channel name is Dan Robinson. Subscribe to our channel. Let us know how we're doing. Help us get to 2,000 subscribers. We're working on it. And give us a thumbs up if you like what we're doing. Check out our latest release, PKMS Math Prep 21. And you can tweet me at drobmath1. If you would like some more information on changing the fractions that we've been doing, write me at drobinson@peekskillschools.org. So I hope you enjoyed converting fractions, converting between fractions and decimals using the Desmos calculator. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.